What is going on, rebels, reblettes, and members of the Sweet Squad? Welcome to part 2 of our top 10 hardest gym battles. If you guys haven't already seen part 1, you guys can click this annotation here. The battles only get harder from here. So if you guys are ready, let's get started.
Number 5. Lenora. Lenora is definitely one of the most challenging gym leaders to deal with. The normal type can be pretty irritating too. While normal type moves can't do super effective damage to any Pokemon type, it's still difficult to deal with because its only weakness is fighting. So unless you have a fighting type Pokemon, every attack is going to do neutral damage. Unless it's a ghost type move, because in that case it won't hit at all. This is definitely not a favorable position to be in for a gym battle when you need to think of how to get the upper hand. Lenora only appears in black and white, being replaced by Sharon in black and white too, but she definitely left a lasting impression. Her Herdia isn't really too difficult to beat, but ironically, taking out her Herdia is what can give you trouble. She will resort to Watchog and go straight for Retaliate. Retaliate has a base power of 70 as it is, which is bad enough, but if a Pokemon uses it right after a team member has fainted the previous turn, its power jumps up to 140, which is enough to KO almost anything at that stage in the game. Retaliate is the main problem, but this Watchog is also able to take advantage of Hypnosis, which could potentially cost you the match if you're unlucky enough.
Out of all the Hoenn gym leaders in the remixes and the originals, Norman is by far the gym leader that has given me the most trouble. His Slacking are pure power at its finest, even despite them having Truant as their abilities. They have a monstrous attack stat and pretty good stats all around. Getting hit by one of Slacking's attacks literally one-hit KO'd my Pokemon every time I would bring one of them out. Even after attacking his Slacking on the turn of Truant, Slacking was able to take my hits and would counterattack with a powerful Facade or whatever powerful attack he had up his arsenal. Not only are his Slackings hard, his Vigoroth can be deadly as well. Having no Truant ability and decently high speed and attack stats, this Pokemon can pack a huge punch with a critical hit slash and other arsenals of powerful normal type attacks. This Sting can leave huge dents in players' teams with no Truant ability. It's practically the warm-up before the most powerful Slacking comes out to play. By the time the most powerful Slacking comes out, be prepared to potion up on the turns of Truant. I can guarantee they will be needed.
Number 3. Elise. I personally haven't played through Generation 5 for a very long time, but Elise's gym battle was one that I remember being very difficult. In Black and White, she uses 2 Emolga and a Zebstrika, whilst in Black and White 2, she replaces one of her Emolga with a Flappy. What makes her so difficult is that every Pokemon she uses has the move Volt Switch, which itself is a good move that can do quite a bit of damage, but she can take advantage of this to constantly have the upper hand. Have you nearly beaten that Emolga? Well, thanks to Volt Switch, not only has your Pokemon taken a decent amount of damage, but now you have to face up against her Zebstrika or her other Emolga at full health. Her battle becomes like a relay race, but you're not the one doing any switching. And this is what makes Elise one of the most challenging gym leaders of Unova.
So I know a lot of you guys were probably expecting this one to be number 1. I hate to say it, but Whitney's Miltank did not make it. Still though, this powerful cow has tortured and made trainers rage for years. Whitney's Miltank is mainly known for its ability to shred teams with rollout, and I can most definitely say that this Miltank has made me rage and throw my handhelds at the wall. When I was way younger than I am now, I had no idea that there was a guy who would trade the player a Machop for a Drowsy. Not only that, I hated Geodude's design, so I would never capture a Geodude in the early routes of the games. So literally, it was an unending cycle of beatings until finally I won, about 20 to 30 times later at least. I can't really say much else about Whitney. Her and that Miltank of hers are one of the most formidable foes in any Pokemon game I have ever played.
And the most difficult gym battle in Pokemon is... Claire. Dragon types in Generation 2 was still pretty difficult to deal with. Fortunately, you could get Ice-type Pokemon right before Claire's gym, but it really doesn't make it that much easier at all. Her team consists of a Gyarados, 2 Dragonair, and a Kingdra, so that Ice-type is really only going to be useful for half of her team. Gyarados can be extremely difficult to deal with unless you have an Electric type on your team, and it's just an overall bad time. Her Kingdra is the real annoyance here though. First, we need to bear in mind that at this stage in the game, it's impossible to deal a stab super effective hit on it. This is due to Kingdra's type, Water Dragon. We all know that water has two weaknesses, grass and electric, but Dragon type resists both of these, meaning that Kingdra will only take neutral damage from these attacks. As for its Dragon type, back then it only had two weaknesses, being Ice and itself. But of course, water resists ice, meaning that you won't be able to get a super effective hit. That means that in these games, Kingdra only has one weakness, Dragon. Except you can't even find any dragon types until you gain access to Dragon's Den after defeating Claire, meaning that you are unable to obtain any Pokemon that can land a stab super effective hit on Kingdra. Not a fun time. It has tons of powerful moves to use too, so it's far from weak. And then there's the fact that it holds a Citrus Berry, which means that it can stall even further! And this would be on top of all of the Hyper Potions that she uses. Claire is a real pain, and we both feel that she's deserving of the #1 spot.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our top 10 hardest gym battles. These battles provided true challenges for me and CandyEvie and really gave us a run for our money. Despite these battles being really troublesome, they've made huge impacts to our Pokemon experiences and have made us love the Pokemon games even more. We have our hardest gym battles though. What are some of your guys' hardest gym battles? Share with us in the comment section below. We would love to hear your guys' opinions and the crazy stories you guys have to tell. Remember that if you enjoyed this video, to be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. As always, I've been Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more Pokemon content.